Hello, my name's Emily. I'm 26 and I'm from Burnley, Lancashire. I've recently completed my PGCE in further education, where I was responsible for the A level department within drama and theatre studies. So, throughout that course, I had to complete 8 observations, 4 of which were graded, and I achieved a merit and distinction standard for my teaching. In the near future, I hope to secure a full time teaching position, whether that be in secondary or further education. Neither one is absolutely fine. And this time next year, I also hope to have achieved my QTS status as well. Since the age of 6, I've been captivated by all mediums of performance. My love for drama started when my mum took me. I think I was about 6. She took me to my first pantomime, which was Jack and the Beanstalk. Um, Never been to a theatre before. Um, don't think many children have when they're that age. Um, but I just remember sat there throughout the whole thing, and I was absolutely captivated by these actors on stage, and I just thought it was so magical. And the fact that the audience had smiles on their faces from start to finish, that was the most amazing thing to me at that age. Um, and that is ultimately when I made the decision. And it seems strange at that age making a huge decision like that, but I just knew that from that moment I wanted a job where I could make people happy, a job where I could put a smile on somebody's face. That was the most important thing to me. And whether that have been in performing or teaching, I wasn't sure. But until recently, it definitely is teaching. Um, Over the years of training and learning new skills and listening to tutors and things like that, I've been lucky enough and blessed to have been able to make people happy in both, which I'm very very grateful for, because I'm still only young now. Um, as well, over the years, I've been involved in many theatre and dance companies, but the ones where I feel that I started to develop more as an actor and as a performer, as a person, was when I attended Stagecoach and Sanderson's Dance School. I studied 3 main disciplines at Stagecoach, which were acting, dancing, and singing, all of which were an hour long. And then I also did different dance styles, such as street dance, showcase, and Latin at Sanderson's. Um, I then decided that I wanted to take that further, so I completed a BTEC National Diploma in Performing Arts. And I got to go to London and go and watch shows in the West End, and that was absolutely amazing because it only made me know that I wanted to pursue a career in the performing arts industry more. It definitely ultimately made my decision. Uh, there's been a few times over the years where people have kind of said, "You do know how tough the industry is. You do know how hard teaching is." I disagree. I find it the most rewarding job ever. Just to sit there on a performance night or a performance event and watch the children and the young adults perform, and think you have been a part of that decision and that process in making that performance. That is the best thing for me, to watch a child so young come in with hardly any confidence, not being able to speak about what they've been up to during the week, um, to not want to even tell me their name, some of them, and then 12 months, 2 years down the line, to cast them as a main part and to watch their personality and their character come out on stage. There's just nothing more that I love. It's just so rewarding. Um, I also I studied uh, sorry, forgot what I was saying. I studied dance and drama, a BA honours in dance and drama at Edgehill University. and I achieved a 2-1 classification for that back in 2016. Um, I learnt so much from those 3 years. It definitely helped me to become more disciplined, to know what type of uh, performer, what kind of theatre, what kind of teacher, I what kind of knowledge and things I want to pass on to my students. Um, I also decided after I completed my degree that even though I had so much performance experience, I also needed to have more behavioural management skills. Walking into a classroom at the age of 21 years old with 30 children can be quite daunting at first. So I decided that I would get some expertise and experience working as a supply teacher, both within mainstream and the private sector. Um, and from that, I completed a level 2 teaching assistant qualification, which gave me the experience of working with SEN children, how to manage behaviour positively, and also a lot of CPD professional development opportunities. I think that doing something like that really helped me to understand children in different ways. Often, if you are a newly qualified teacher and you go in without having worked with any children that may have learning difficulties, or that children who may learn in a different way, um, it can be knock off barriers. And as a teacher, I think it's very, very important to know how to differentiate with for your lessons. So if you have a child that's autistic, they're not going to like loud and over the top things, which is absolutely fine. But then you might have a child that has ADHD. Those children might have an assistant with them, which is absolutely great. We all love assistants, but at the same time, um, it's your responsibility as that teacher to know how to differentiate and offer a variety for those different learners, because you're responsible for them. And it's more important because you want to get the best out of every single child, in terms of what their strengths are. And we all have weaknesses, but we want to get the strengths out. We want to know what makes those children tick and what makes those children tick. So yeah, um, having got that experience, I've also been working as a freelance artist before I completed my PGCE. So I've worked for companies such as Razzmatazz, Fair Stage Academy, PQA recently. PQA recently is a big one. I was there for 4 years. And I started off as a teaching assistant, but then slowly it began to emerge as a regular supply. So the principal that I worked with recently has two companies. She has one in Harrogate and one in Stockport. And I was regularly asked if I would travel to York or Harrogate to cover for the teacher. And it does help when you have access to your own vehicle, but at the same time, I honestly believe it's because she knew I was reliable, I was trustworthy, and I'd listened, and I'd looked up to the other teachers, and really learned about what my role is as a drama teacher. And ultimately, I believe that you should give me the job, because I've literally started from the bottom and worked my way up. Um, and when I say I've worked my way up, I mean in terms of academic wise. It's I've never been the most intelligent. I've never been the A star student. I've had to work incredibly hard to achieve the qualifications and the experience that I have. Um, I've listened to all the tutors, all the principals, all the people, and really thought about, well, they're in that position because they are deemed that they have enough experience, and one day you will be in that position. So it's important to communicate with them, to show hard work, determination, and for passion for what you do. And I am really, really passionate about teaching. I absolutely love waking up on a Saturday morning and teaching children drama. I just to go into another world and just be somebody else for that period of time. it's just absolutely amazing, and I just love to put a smile on kids' faces. So I'm going to do another video for you next, just to show you how I would choreograph a scene from a musical. And thank you very much for your time in listening to my tape. And I hope you consider me for the next stage of the interview process. Thank you very much. Bye bye.